It's so nice to see you. This is just a quick little catch-up video today. I just wanted to jump on and say hi because it's been a week. It's just been quite full on and time has seemingly evaporated. And the beginning of the week started off with, I was so set on Monday that I was going to start making the gingham coat and move on from the swatch that I created to the full piece. But when I started working away and rummaging through my material box, I realized that I had so many different shades of pink tulle and not actually a consistent amount of any one color. And I was like, I really can't start sewing up any one of these rolls because if I run out and order a new batch online, from experience, I found that sometimes the shades can be off in a new delivery, and that will just be so sad because particularly with what we're trying to do with the gridding on this coat, it needs to be consistent. Otherwise, that crisp gingham effect, I feel like, just won't be achieved. So I did order the fabric and it arrived yesterday. And then in between Monday and waiting for the fabric to arrive, I also got some quite urgent orders. I love that I get urgent orders for trinket dresses, and I find that these are so labor intensive because they really are. Every toy needs to be attached to the dress. It's a whole process. It takes hours and hours. And now as the week has dissolved, my kiddo really needed a custom tinsel jacket of his own for the disco this week. So it's just been like a lot of like intensive making, and I found myself today being like, oh, I could spend a number of hours trying to get to where I thought I would be at the beginning of the week with this cutie critter look, or I can just do a little bit of ruffling, which I did, and my needle actually kept breaking the thread. I think my tension is off or something, and 1 hour became 2, and I only feel like I have a small pile of tulle to show for it. But I was like, oh, maybe I could get started on the coat and film it and edit it and everything, but I was like, that is just going to take so many hours that I need to be focusing on these actual orders that I have. Otherwise, the stress level ahead of the weekend is just going to build, and I really don't want to do that to myself. Let's be kind to ourselves as creatives. I don't know if you guys ever find this, but particularly with personal projects, it can be really hard to manage your own expectations around your achievements with that project. It is healthy, I think, sometimes to step back and be like, hey, you're the only one imposing the deadlines on this thing. Yes, you want to achieve what you want to achieve, and it's great to have goals, but sometimes we need to release and relax a little bit and understand that life happens in between. And definitely being a parent and an artist, it has its challenges, particularly around time. And I find that if I push too much into the evening, like, yes, I might be really productive, but then I might be quite prickly and grumpy the next day, or just feeling like really depleted. All's to say, if we want to hold on to that energy heading into the weekend, I think I need to put tools down, accept that we didn't get as far as we wanted this week, and try again next week and actually spend some time trying to finish these trinket pieces so I can send them off to their owners and feel like I feel safe in proceeding with a bit more personal practice. And I think I just need to accept that maybe I'm not going to get one massive thing done each week, particularly if I have other deadlines accruing, that it's okay to just take a little step forward. Speaking of personal practice, when I woke up this morning, I saw that the Heartbreak High premiere happened with Netflix overnight, and Chloe Hayden, who I love, who plays Quinny, wore a melty bead dress that I made. This piece is so special to me and is a really good example of working away on something personal over a long period of time and then experiencing a kind of emotional payoff on that piece many years down the line, or in this instance, it's like 2 years. I made this piece in 2024 over the period of a year. So every few days would make like a little melty bead daisy flower. I made these daisies for a body of work that I was creating, and then I decided to create a dress out of these melty bead daisies, and this was the finished piece. It was exhibited last year, but actually I had never seen it on a person. I've just been holding it in my storage ever since. And then a stylist reached out a few weeks ago and said this opportunity was coming up, and I was so excited. But with these things, it can sometimes be like, oh, will it really go ahead? I try not to get my hopes up because I understood also I'd never seen this on. And it was really cool that overnight I saw that she wore it. And maybe it's the universe saying like, hey, you can work on something bit by bit, piece by piece. In this case, it was melty bead by melty bead on a tile, and you just don't know where that thing's going to end up. And that took a year to make that piece. So maybe, I hope this collection doesn't take me a year to make, but if it does, that's okay. I need to not be so harsh on myself. Sometimes I just feel like by imposing these deadlines, I'm going to rev my engine up. And I also need to accept that that won't always be the case either. Otherwise, I'm going to drive myself insane. Okay, so I just wanted to say hi to you. And I'm also so committed to making sure that I do post a video each week. I want to stay consistent. I'm determined. And I want to say hello. And I am so grateful if you're following along on this process. And if you are, perhaps you're also a creative and understand that, particularly when it comes to personal practice and things that you want to do, sometimes you have to be a bit realistic about what you can achieve and release those expectations that you have on yourself. We're all our own worst critic. I should just be elated that I got all these ruffles done. Stay crafty, and I'll see you soon. Bye.